I could send it to you afterwards as well.
Oh, that would be awesome. So I can put it on
Yeah, yeah.
Instagram.
Exactly. Okay, so I think we're live. So welcome, Michael. We have a celebrity photographer in the house. And, Michael is responsible for an amazing photo exhibition called Women in African Music. So let's just jump straight into it. How about you tell us a little bit more about it?
Thank you very much. My name is, as I said, my name is Michael Tubes. I am documentary photographer, so I document everything in African music, and I'm based in London.
And your photo exhibition, which has been running since the 1st of May,
Yep,
Women in African Music.
yep.
So where did the inspiration for that come from?
Okay, that the inspiration came from me trying to highlight and celebrate our women. Our women work 5 times, harder than men, but they don't get their flowers. So for me, is all about celebrating them, is also highlighting their achievement, and also try to bring most of the women working behind the scene, try to let the whole world know the women that have been working so hard, pushing the women, pushing the culture to the whole world. So I wanted people to know both the women behind the scene that have been working so hard, pushing African music to the world, and also look at our women, also expose and celebrate our women in front of the stage to the whole world also.
Exactly, because when you see women in music, you just see an amazing or phenomenal woman, right? Like you don't really get to see these sacrifices that are made. So, like, I think, we could pull up that
Yep.
picture, the one where, can't remember which one is it, but she's backstage and she's hugging her son.
Yeah,
That one.
that is Tiwa.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that is Tiwa Savage with our son Jam Jam. So most of the time we see the finished product, but we don't see the hard work that goes behind the scene. And this is the first time I will see it. Like it's more like a mother would, see a mother, having the son on stage, and also making sure the sound, the dance routine, everything is working perfectly, and at the same time having time for our son. So this is what a lot of fans or a lot of people don't see. So it's very important for me to show the world what women go through before they see the final product.
No, you're right. Especially, like I said, the sacrifices that goes into this, the sweat, the tears, especially, I'm sure, her son probably wasn't the happiest being backstage, but, even that moment with them embracing is just such a lovely moment.
Uh,
So what has been the reception like for this exhibition? Like, what were some of the feedback? And I know you would have done a ton of interviews about it. So what has been that experience like for you?
Um, as someone who doesn't like to be in front of the camera, it has been like a more like a learning curve for me, to be
Mhm.
honest, to try and you know m- go through the process of doing so much interview. So I understand when artists said, "Oh, I'm so tired. I've done so much interviews."
Right.
I know how they feel. However, the reception has been good. Recently, I was on BBC. BBC had an interview. I had a BBC interview last week, and someone messaged me from America and said, "Oh, I've just seen you on," and the person does not know me from anywhere. So the person just messaged me on Instagram, said, "Oh, I've just seen you on BBC Africa." I'm like, "Oh," and the person was in America. I said, "Oh, okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate." So a lot of people appreciate the exhibition. I've been reading people's comments. People are happy for what I'm doing for the culture, what I'm doing for the African music industry, in the sense that this is more like a Sounds of Africa is more like a museum where we archive everything African music. So it's for the culture, it's for our children coming in the future to be able to know what has been going on in years after years in African music. So the people's reaction has been so great. I've been really excited with people's reaction to the exhibition. So I'm very grateful with their comment. So the comment has been very supportive. People have been talking about the culture, the creative side, the creative side of the exhibition. So people are excited to see it, and it's different. And this is the first time ever that an exhibition has been put together to celebrate women in African music.
Especially a virtual exhibition, right? Is this your first virtual exhibition?
This is my first virtual exhibition,
Okay.
but I've had two physical exhibitions before.
Okay. So you talked a little bit about, the music industry, and as a renowned celebrity photographer, what is that music industry like? Especially, we would have had this conversation already, but I feel like, it's so important for us to touch on it again. So
Yeah.
what is that experience, or what is the music industry like for women in Africa, in African music? Like, I guess I can't imagine it being something that is, quite easy already, especially as a woman. I know you're not speaking, you're speaking from your experience. So I just want to hear a little bit about like what your experience is like, just sort of being uh, at the forefront in the music industry, being able to capture all these wonderful moments. What have you seen, or what have you noticed that, within the music industry, and how it affects women particularly?
To be honest, what I have seen in trying to or working in the music industry, documenting women in the industry, the likes of Yemi Alade, the likes of Adenla Kijo, the likes of Princess Wonder, the likes of Shekins, the likes of Nini Ola, the likes of Tiwa Savage, the likes of Victoria Kimani. It has been it has given me a first class experience on how women put a lot, every little details. Women work so hard to make sure that every little details it's perfected, in the sense that they make sure that rehearsal is on point. They make sure what they're wearing, their makeup, they make sure everything they're going to whatever they're doing is 5 star. So it has given me an experience on how women go through a lot
Mm.
before we see the final product. How this you can see at the moment, you can see Yemi Alade and Angela Kijo, and this is that picture is from a music video of Shekere in New York,
Yeah.
when we were shooting the Shekere music video in New York.
Yeah.
It shows sisterhood. It shows how they have to make sure their makeup, their dressing, everything is on perfect. So it gives me a first class experience how women work so hard, and that's why I said women work 5 times harder than men. Men will most likely walk on the stage and just do sound check. They could wear anything, they could wear any shirt, they could wear any jeans and just walk straight to the stage. Whereas,
Mhm.
women have to make sure, okay, their makeup is perfect, their jewelry is perfect, their dressing is perfect, their hair is perfect, their dancing routine is perfect, their voice vocal is perfect. They make sure, okay, they are fit to come on stage. There's a lot that women go through before you see the final product. So that's giving me a first class. to even tell fans that please you need to give more respect to our women. Not just African women in African music. Any women in the world, we need to give them their flowers. We need to respect them. We need to stop all these social media battling them, all these social media evil messages that all these
Mhm.
all these trolls saying to to women. They need to stop, because if they witness what women go through, how hard they work, before they go on stage, I think most of them will not be sending all those evil or spiteful messages to them. So we need
Right,
that. I've just given me that experience to see how hard these women work before
right.
most of us see the finished product on the stage.
Exactly. And I think you're doing an amazing job capturing all of those moments that happen before, these female artists have to go out there. And like you said, they work twice as hard to get half as
Even
far,
5 times harder.
five times harder to just get, yeah, half as far as some of these men out here. And, to be able to really get to see that, Michael, I think you're doing phenomenal work. I can't
Yeah,
like stress it
for
enough.
example, DJ Oni, for example, before you came on this live, you probably have to do your hair, you have to do your makeup, you have to
Are
make
you
sure you
kidding me?
look
Of
perfect.
course I did. You know what I mean?
I, for me, I just wear my t-shirt and I make sure, okay, my face is okay, and that takes me two
I know I had to
seconds.
make sure to put some curls in, put a little eyeliner, a little rouge.
And probably you've been preparing for this interview maybe 5 hours ago.
You
I'll
know
be
it.
just have this. Oh, okay. I'm going to nice African shirt for this interview, and that's it. I, so you can see the difference.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So Shay, if we could pull up one of the other photos that we didn't get to talk about yet. So this one, Mike. Well, let's go back to the one before. So
Oh,
this one, what were you trying to say in this photograph?
okay. Now, one I've always said, women play um, very important role in. I won't just say in African music only, but
Mm-hmm.
probably in world music. It is women that buy tickets. It's women that you will see queuing. The concert is 10 p.m. They're the ones that will queue from 9 a.m. They're the ones that will be on the front stage. They're the ones that will buy merchandise. Women play in pushing African music to the world. And this picture is so important to me in the sense that this lady, she's a visual impaired woman, so she can't see anything. So I was and this is the first time I would photograph a visual impaired fan
Mm-hmm.
coming to an event where she can't see anything. She can just only listen. And when I saw her, I was so impressed. I'm like, wow, how she loved our music, how she loved you know uh you know coming to the concert. So this is Roundhouse 2017, when Mr. Easy had his concert. So when I saw her and I said, Mr. Easy she needs to meet Mr. Easy. She needs to meet Mr. Easy. So I took her with the privilege of me being the official photographer. So I took her to the backstage and I took her to Mr. Easy. And this is when she met Mr. Easy. You can
Mm-hmm.
see the smile on her face.
I
You can
could
see
see it.
the excitement, and I just had to capture it.
Yeah. I mean, even right now, right? Like the goosebumps that I'm getting just listening to the story, just seeing her expression, and because the thing with music, obviously is something that you don't necessarily have to see. Like you can't see music, but you could feel
You,
it. You know
you
what I
can
mean?
feel it, you can
You
hear it.
listen to it, you hear it exactly. So I could just imagine for her, it was almost like this very multi-sensory experience,
Yep.
and you could see that coming across in this photograph. And again, this is just another one of those amazing shots and those that magical moment that you're able to capture with the photograph.
Yeah, so for me, it's even a huge experience for me because this is the first time I would see a visual impaired person in a
Mm.
concert, and for me, it's just to show the world how our women in African music have done everything in their power to make sure that the music is seen all over the world. So she is a huge fan of African music, and I said to myself, the world needs to see this.
Yeah, and the world is getting to see it. So I do want to talk a little bit more, Michael, about your personal journey as a photographer. Where
Mhm.
did your journey as a photographer start?
Okay, my world of photography started when probably when I was 14 in church. As you know, everybody start from church. So it's when I start we start from church. So from there, but we as as someone who is an African, which the same thing goes on in the Caribbean culture. If you're not doctor, if you're not lawyer, if you're not accountant, you have not engineer. If you're not those part, the rest is
Tell me about it.
you're useless child. So I studied law. So while I was in college, I studied access to law. So from there I went to law school.
Okay.
But I didn't when I finished, I didn't feel fulfilled. I felt something is missing. But I felt that I was going through a process. So I
Hmm.
went back to the same university to study information system management.
Hmm.
And then, I still felt the same thing. But then I've started taking pictures. I was working as a freelance, working for the top newspapers in the UK. So the Guardian newspaper, um, the Sun newspaper. I was working also for some, you know, politicians like the presidents, the governors. I was doing a bit of celebrity stuff. So that has been going on before actually I was established,
Hmm.
established before going to university again, part time for 4 years to study photography. So it has been like process before getting to where I am right now.
Okay. And yeah, because I'm sure you would understand the creative struggle, but what is it like, in the middle of a pandemic, and how has that impacted your creativity as a photographer?
I've always, for me, I am, I'm not perfect, but I am, as a Christian, I'm still a sinner, so I'm not holy. So allow God, because God has given me a talent, and when God gives you a talent, He's always giving you rooms to maneuver. There's always, yes, during the pandemic, because I remember when the pandemic started, I was in New York working with Yemi Alade and Ajela Kijo for their concert, but I had to run back from New York back to the UK. But
Hmm.
during that time, I've always wanted to have a physical exhibition for the women in African music. Uh, um, but during that time, I put a team together. There's one of my team member who is called Dami. Dami did some research, so I told Dami I need to do a virtual exhibition. So he he put up he put up it gave me just an experience of meeting the company that did the 3D. So we spoke to them, put the 3D together, and that's how I was able to do the virtual exhibition. So, like the image that you're seeing now of Angela Kidjo,
Mhm.
actually was shot. This image was shot 2019, as I said, during the Shekere music video. So I've
Mhm.
always had the plan. The, you know, I've had the plan over the years to make sure that I have different images of women, in different aspects, their portraits, their dancing, wherever they do, just document everything. So this image was taken during the music video of Shekere. So I just had to let's do a quick portrait, and this is how what this portrait came about. And it's a sign of, we call her Mama Africa, and everything
Mhm.
she's wearing felt like a queen of Africa,
Mhm.
felt like a Mama Africa, felt
Yep.
everything about Africa. So how this image, this portrait came out. So it has always been there. So it was supposed to be a physical form, but because of the restriction of the COVID, we have to think outside the box, and that's
Yeah.
how the virtual 3D exhibition came about. And it has never been done before to celebrate women in African music. So it's like I created a being a pioneer in a sense that to find ways to to celebrate our women.
Yeah. And it,
Oh,
it's so amazing to me
sorry.
because one of the things that we would have done as part of the festival is create this podcast where we celebrate the African diaspora through music and culture. And a part of that is
Yeah.
curating music videos for each episode. And one of the music videos that we actually selected, now this is, remember, we're going on YouTube and we're seeking out videos in an overly saturated video market, as well as
Yeah.
a very under curated video market. So it's like to be able to, and then so the video that we selected was Shikari, and to be able to do that, and then to be able to have this conversation with you now is just,
Yeah.
I think that is just where the universe aligns, and to see, like, these backstage images, that's just been really great. So like that, what is it like working with Angelique Kidjo? Like, what was that experience like working with her? Because that video was amazing.
For me, it's amazing. For you to work with someone that I've known. I remember when our song came out, not Wombala 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 Dan 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 Wombo Wombo, and the song came out in 1994. For you, these are the songs that I was listening to when I was growing up, and to then I would never dream of even meeting her, chocolates, or
Mhm.
photographing her, when I was growing up. So for me to photograph a four-time Grammy award winner, someone who has been fighting for women, she has always been fighting for the rights of women, girl child, making sure that children are going to school instead of being married off at a young age. She's so she's always fighting for the rights of women, and for me to work with
Yeah.
her, for me to be photographing her, is such a an amazing thing for me. It's like I've won Grammy myself.
Right. Yeah. I mean, Michael, honestly, like, I do not regret that day I joined that clubhouse room and I
I,
met you guys because
you
I
know
feel
what?
like,
The funniest thing about this is that if if it's not because of the exhibition, I will not meet you.
right, right.
So the
Hmm.
exhibition allowed me to meet, powerful women around the world. It has allowed me to able to even express myself. It has allowed me to, see other people in other parts of the world without leaving my room. So the exhibition
Yeah.
has allowed me to meet, different people. Now, every day, I'm always thinking, what, I need to do an exhibition in the Caribbean. I need to find a way, to come to TNT to
I
to to
already told
showcase
you.
to showcase my work.
Yep.
So
I already told you, as soon as you're
so
ready,
that
all
has
you have
been what's been
to
there.
do is send me a message and we're gonna get you here however we can. I mean, because even the parallels between the Caribbean and between Africa, it's just so, the parallels are just, it's almost like looking into the mirror. And what you would see with women in African music, you will see with women in Caribbean music. So my next question is,
Yeah.
what is on the horizon for you, Michael? What are you working on now? What's coming up? What can we
So
look forward
what I'm working on now is, because of the exhibition, a lot of people wants to see the exhibition in a physical form. So I'm trying to find ways to raise money and try to have the exhibition in a physical form, and
to?
hopefully probably create a book about women in African music where, if you can't see the exhibition, you can buy the book.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it'll be great. I would love to see a woman in music, uh, globally. Women in American, typical American hip hop music, R&B. Women in
Yeah.
Caribbean music, women in African music. That will be an amazing series. So so the floor. I guess the floor is open. If you have anything else you'd like to share with us, I think we're hitting the 30-minute mark. Yeah, so anything you'd like to tell us again about the exhibition? Any
Yeah,
last?
I just want everyone to, if you have the opportunity, go and see the exhibition. It's on www.soundsofafrica.org. So that is www.soundsofafrica.org. So
And you have until
soundsofafrica.org.
and they have until tomorrow to view this exhibition. That's right, the 31st.
I've actually extended for Yes, we extend it for 1 month again, because a lot of people wants to see it. So a lot of people turn it to like series. So because there are free rooms in the exhibition, and the free rooms are dedicated to free dancers who died last year, not through COVID, but through different things. So we had Kodat from Nigeria. She's a dancer. Died last year. One of the room is dedicated to her. We have Nicole from Ghana. Another room is dedicated to her, and we have Dre from Cameroon. One of the room is dedicated to art. So there are free rooms there. So what people do most of the time is they go through like series. So they first room, because there is about 104 images there. So they look at the first room today, and they'll come back and look at the second room,
Right,
and they
right,
come back and look at the third room.
right.
So because it has a different aspect of African music. There's
Hmm.
the part of the traditional part, there is contemporary part, there is behind the scene. So
Hmm.
a lot of people wants to take their time to view the exhibition. So that's why we've extended it for another 1 month.
Wonderful. I love that. And so the exhibition starts with this poem, right? I'm not
Yeah.
gonna give away the poem, but can you just a little bit about the idea to include that poem in the beginning of the exhibition?
So when I did the first exhibition, physical first exhibition 2015, my friend who wrote the poem wrote the first poem in the first exhibition, and I felt like, okay, you know what? And she's a good poem writer, and I said to her, you know what? It would be nice for you to write another poem about African music, and she wrote a beautiful poem
Beautiful.
about women in African music, and that has been one of the one of the things that gave me joy because a lot of people were excited about the poem. We're excited about the poem. They're like, "Oh, I love the poem." You know, Sometimes they're like, "Oh, make sure you have it in your physical exhibition when you have a physical exhibition." Or actually,
Mhm.
they want to meet
Sure.
her
Mhm.
when the exhibition starts. They want to meet her. I said, "Okay, no problem. You guys will meet her."
Yeah, I mean, it really was a beautiful way to start the exhibition. It was such, I mean, the words in the poem, like I said, I'm not giving it away. And if you guys who are viewing want to, experience this exhibition, make sure to catch it at soundsofafrica.org, where you can experience these. It's 3 rooms, right, Michael?
Yep, yep,
Three
yep.
rooms, lots of phenomenal images. We're so happy that you could have been a part of this festival. Actually, we're so happy to have you as a part
No,
of this festival.
I'm so happy to be in Caribbean from my roots.
Yes, yep. Even just to get, eyes over on this side of the world to just experience that, I think that's an amazing thing that we could do with the technology that we have. So, at the end of the day, it's not all is not lost in this pandemic.
Yeah,
Despite all that's been happening, we're able to facilitate so much more conversations, especially, such meaningful conversations like this. So again, Michael,
yep.
we just like to thank you for being a part of it,
Thank
spending
you
your time
very much.
where you
And
are now
and
too.
hopefully, maybe next year, by God's grace, when you have another festival, I'll be probably be
Absolutely.
in a physical
Absolutely.
form, having my exhibition there. It has been my dream because meeting you, DJ Oni, you've given me that excitement to come to TNT, exhibit my work, my body of work. So I would, hopefully next year we'll be able to, plan and have a physical form of the exhibition
I can't
during
wait
the
for that.
festival. And please
Hmm.
send my own T-shirt. Send my own T-shirt. I love the
I will.
T-shirt.
I will have to send you one of these. I will send you one
Yes,
of these.
please.
Michael, thank you so much. You always have a home at Africa Film Trinidad and Tobago, just so you know. Like I said, the timing just could not have been more perfect with our
Yep.
festival and with your exhibition. So I feel like this was supposed to happen. If it didn't happen one way, it was going to happen another way. So
Yep.
yeah, I mean,
Thank you so
like I
much.
have to go and take in this exhibition again just because it was just so amazing. So Michael, again, thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank you,
very
and we'll
much.
probably
And
see you here.
if anyone wants to follow me on socials, on
Yes,
Instagram, on Michael Creations is Creations's. That is Michael Tubes Creations. You can
so
find me
it's
on IG if you
Michael
want
Tube
to ask.
Creation.
Yes, and if you want to ask more questions, you can send me a message and I'll answer all your questions.
Yes, exactly. That's wonderful. So thank you, Michael, so much.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much. Thank you for
thank
having
you.
me.
Thank you.
Thank you
So
so
that's
much.
it,
Have
folks.
a
So make
lovely
sure to
evening.
catch
Thank
the
you.
rest the exhibition. You still have time to check out some of our films at africafilmtt.org. They're all free. Pay what you can. Donate. The exhibition. There's a link to the exhibition also on our landing page. So make sure to check that out. And that's it for us. Michael, again, I cannot thank you enough. So
Thank you
this
so
has been
much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you. Have a
you
lovely
too.
afternoon, guys.